let's talk about the garter at a wedding. Like specifically taking the garter off. Now, last night I did my first wedding of the season, and it was pretty intensive. I did the ceremony, cocktail hour, dinner, and the dance, and a lot of emceeing, more emceeing than I normally would do. But they had a wedding planner that was constantly coming up telling me to say things out of the blue. No warning, so I'm just like snapping to everything. But overall, it was a good time, and I had a really good crowd. And I did something last night that I've never done before, so I thought I'd share it on my channel as a tip. Now, I've never done it before, and I've never seen anybody do it before, but it could be that people do it all the time, and it ain't much of a tip. But I thought I'd throw it out here anyways. So, last night I had a really good crowd. Like, they were on the dance floor, they just wanted to listen to party jams and have a good time. A little bit older of a couple, but they all still like to party, so they were very into any of like the 2000s hip-hop jams, you know, I'm talking Get Low, Savage Swing, although I did not play swing, but that style of music. Anyways, I was kind of running behind in all of the, like, bouquet toss, the dollar dance, and the garter. I was running behind in all that because the dance was so good. Usually, I'll use those things as times to reset the dance floor. I went to school for radio broadcasting, so a lot of times I break things down into intervals like you would like a radio station does during an hour. You know, hot tracks, semi-hot tracks, old throwbacks, reset, do it again. So a lot of times I'll look at that and I'll have the bouquet toss, the dollar dance, the garter auction kind of spaced out as designated reset points during the night, to where I'll kind of wind my way down towards it and then use that as a reset where, you know, people can go get their drinks. Some of them are back to their tables having conversations, and then I throw on a really good track that gets them back out there again. And then I start it over again. And typically I kind of do a cycle like that. But last night, I really wasn't losing anyone. Just more and more people kept coming to the dance floor as the night went on. It was upstairs in a barn. At one point, I went down. There was nobody in the bar. There was nobody outside. There was literally every single person that was there was on the dance floor. One of the bartenders actually came upstairs to see what was going on because nobody was down there. But so I was really just being severely delayed on everything. And I had talked to the bride. I kind of waved the raffle tickets at her because they sold raffle tickets for the garter. And I was like, we should probably do this. And she came over to me and she's like, do you think we have to? And I'm like, you know, we sold the tickets. We probably should raffle it off. And she's like, well, do you think we could make it really quick? And I was like, yeah. I was like, we'll pre-pull a ticket. Well, so this is how it went. We pre-pulled a ticket. I had a chair for her to sit on to get the garter taken off, set right in front of my DJ table. We had pre-pulled a ticket. I hopped on the mic and, you know, was like, all right, we're going to raffle off the garter. You know, I said the raffle ticket number. I was like, go ahead, grab your raffle tickets. I'll have this one sitting up here. Take a peek at them. But we're going to take off the garter now. So then I went right into, like, I had a full dance floor, and I didn't want them to just disperse while all the garter stuff happened. I didn't want to kill my dance floor. So I basically hopped on the mic and said, everybody on this side of the dance floor, form a line on this side of the bride. Everybody on this side of the dance floor, form a line on this side of the bride. And I need the groom at the end, and you got to work your way towards the bride if you want to get that garter off. And so he kind of started, you know, just beer in one hand, kind of lollygagging down the line. And this part I never thought of. It happened naturally, but one of the bridesmaids, he got down to her and she's like, yeah, no, go back and try that a little better. And so he came in again and he's like bebopping a little bit more down the line. And the same bridesmaid is like, hell no, you're not going to get that garter off. Go back and try it again. And so he went back again, and then some of the groomsmen were down at the end, and he's talking to them like, what should I do? I don't know. They're not letting me get down there. And the one groomsman took his beer, and then next thing you know, he's down on all fours, like crawling his way to her. And then, you know, finally they let him go up and take the garter off. But everybody was right there, kind of, you know, engaged in what was happening, and it made it extra fun, I would say. And he took the garter off. She stood up. I flipped right into a party jam. Said the raffle ticket number again. Now keep in mind, we did this pretty late in the night. We were out at a barn venue. The first shuttle bus had already left, so a lot of the older people were already gone. So the groom ended up wearing the garter as a bow tie for most of the night until a guy came up that was like, I think that was my number. What number did you say? And then we just gave it to him. But so obviously not the most organized garter raffle out there, but it was definitely a way to keep the crowd there, because then the chair, you know, she got off the chair, we just flipped that to the side, I threw on a party jam, and the party just came back alive. There was no real dead time during it. And now, like I said, at a stand, would I do this every time? No. If the party's starting to wane a little bit, I would use that as a reset period and do it like I normally would do it. I wouldn't try to, if people are at tables, I'm not going to hop on the mic and try to get them to come from their table to form those lines. But if they're already there, I think this is a good way to keep them there. If you have any questions, throw it down in the comments section. Hopefully I made that make sense. And I'm going to try to keep different videos like this coming every week. I've got a couple things I actually need to do first thoughts videos on. And still coming back at you with the RCF Evox 12 full review. And maybe an update on my little Mackie SRM Flex column, because I'm just about to go test it out. I think I might have blown it last night. And the weird thing is, since I was up in the barn, I was wirelessly transmitting it to it down in the barn on the main floor. Just a little something so that there was a little high-end clarity, because otherwise you just kind of hear the bass coming through the ceiling on the main floor of the barn. That's where the bar's at. But I went down there towards the end of the night, and it sounded really staticky in the high ends. And the only thing I can figure is, like, maybe when I was hopping on the mic, I was overloading the speaker. Like, obviously I can't tell when I'm upstairs on the mic, but when I would go down there and check the audio volume, I mean, it wasn't even close to max volume. So it'll be interesting. I'm gonna crack open the top, see if the speakers are blowing, give it a little test run. But anyways, until next time, have a good day.